So in this drawing, I was going to show you how we could edit sketches, the original sketches that we've done. But I think we might actually save that for another time and instead just look, or continue to look at how we can modify our model that we've got. So there you go, we've got our radius corners here, we've radiused that part there. Now let's just imagine that we want to shape this bottom section. If this is very wide, and it's reasonably wide, then when we put it down there's a good chance that's going to rock from side to side. If we remove some of that material, then it's more likely, it's not guaranteed, but it's more likely to sit flat. So let's look at how we could do that. Let's find our individual component. We can open up our data panel if we want as well. There's our individual component. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a shape on this surface. But before you can do that, before I can do that, we need to click this button that says create a new sketch. As soon as you do that, it's going to ask you to place or select the plane. Well, the plane can be one of these three planes that we've got here, or it's this actual face, and in our case it's going to be this face. If I select that, it sort of rotates to look at me, if you like, or to face directly, and then I'm going to choose let's say an ellipse or a circle tool from my sketch menu. There's an ellipse tool, so I should be able to center it, remembering that I'll get that little green triangle when I've got it in the center of this line. It's in the middle of this endpoint and this endpoint. It's going to give me our little green triangle. I can drag out the height or length of the ellipse, and then I can drag out the width as well. And having done that, I can then press my E for extrude tool. Now when I go to do an E for extrude, I can then select the area there, but this time, instead of pulling material forwards, which I don't want to do, I'm going to push it back. And as long as it's at least minus 12, remembering our thickness is 12, then when I press enter, I'm going to have cut a curve. I'm going to cut a curve shape out of it. If I click save and OK, it's going to update here. If I go back to my assembled model, it's now got two parts out of date. Well, that's the two ends, of course, or two sides. As soon as I update that, it's going to take me back to, or give me that update. Two warnings, not too sure what the two warnings are. Yeah, I'm going to ignore that for the time being. I might live to regret it later on, but anyway. There we go. So that is a way in which we can make some modifications to our drawing there. If I turn that sketch off and save and update, it will just get rid of those lines for me. So that button that I just clicked is the one that's turning sketches on and off, and when this updates, says, let's try again. When that updates finally, those dark lines should disappear. Okay. So if I want to go back to my drawing here and change that again, maybe I don't like that. I'll probably undo, even though I've saved it, and maybe I get rid of that ellipse, and instead I'm going to draw a line that does this, and this time I'm going to click that surface and push it back again by minus 12 at least, and I'm going to get a cutout of an entirely different nature, aren't I? I can click save there. That's going to update that drawing. Little thumbnail updates. Then I can come over onto here, I can update that drawing, and you may actually decide that, well, actually I prefer that, it's a little bit better, but that sharp right angle has got two problems. One problem is that it's quite difficult to cut. The other problem is it might actually, because it's such a right angle, it might actually be a little bit weak. So maybe I'm going to come in here, zoom in. Remember from earlier on, our fillet tool. I'm going to take the end of that. I'm going to see if I can get also the end, this end here, and select that one. Oh, I forgot to press my F. So press your F for fillet and make that 20, and click OK. I don't think I managed to do the other one at the same time, did I? Let's have a look. No. So then I'm going to press my F tool again, click there, 20, OK. Click my save button, yes, OK. Notice that radius now appears. Go on to my save one, update the out of date components, and so you can modify your design to make it far more personal and to use some of your ideas and thoughts on what would make the best possible outcome. Obviously, you've got certain constraints. You've started with an end, which is of a uniform size and shape. You've got a top, which is a uniform size and shape. But there's plenty that you can do to modify and make yours a completely individual design. One word of caution would be that you don't cut away too much material. You obviously need to think about the actual structural strength of pieces. And if you go removing huge amounts of material from these ends, you have to ask yourself how much strength will be remaining. Anyway, have a go, and I can't wait to see what you come up with.